Supreme Beautiful Rising. Supreme Beautiful Rising, everyone. Happy New Day. This is the day that we have made as a collective consciousness, so we must be glad and rejoice in it. Hold on, you guys. Just 1 second. All right, let me go ahead and post this and pin. How y'all doing today? Hope that all is well with you guys. It's early rising. I am so tired this rising. I didn't get any sleep last night. I was up pretty much all night last night, but I'm here. I am here. Yes, thank you, Sticks. Happy New Day. Gratitude. All right, you guys. I'm just going to come on here really quickly because I had someone comment on a video that I had post in YouTube, and the question was, do I think that the whole concept of unity is overrated, or does it fall under some sort of dictatorship, in my opinion? So I guess the question is that, you know, this whole ideology of unity consciousness is just another phase of trying to control the masses into another wave of something. It's just another essence of trying to control something. But I decided to give a different perspective of how I see unity consciousness from a divine intelligence perspective. Now, once again, I'm going to put my disclaimer out there that this is just how my clairvoyancy understands my now moment, right? And it is not to impose on anyone else on how they may see their experience. So I just want to make that clear. But my response to that question that I want to share with you guys is that, and once again, this is exactly what I said. I'm going to read it exactly what I said. Within my clairvoyance and understanding, unity consciousness is simply a reminder of a fragmented consciousness being expressed multidimensionally to return unto itself, one consciousness state of being for a reset, right? So, and it's more that I said, but it's really a default mechanism of the divine, that the divine programmed within itself to remind itself of itself, so that it doesn't get lost in the experiences, right? Divine intelligence is very, 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 very intelligent, right? It's very intelligent. And so in essence, what we are experiencing now is very divine. It is of itself. It's going to happen regardless. This is why regardless of how much goes out there, regardless of how much advanced beings are out there, it doesn't matter, because in the essence of how evolved it is, the highly, highly evolved of the all of itself has created itself for this very moment, so that it doesn't get lost in the essence of the experiences. Because the power behind the experiences, for us to have these experiences and these experiences feel so real, there is a force behind the power that allows the consciousness for us to have this experience energetically, for it to feel as real as it does. And sometimes, you know, as we know and as we hear through stories and different things of that nature, one can get lost in the sauce and different things of that nature and not really realize that they are actually in an experience, or illusionarily in an experience. So the source itself, or the all itself, is so divinely intelligent that it placed a default code, or it coded itself to reset itself. So that's why it's called an awakening. And so therefore it goes through a process of an awakening. Some say every 25,000 years, or every cycle, or whatever the case may be. It's like a default code of itself, so that it can awaken itself. So no, there is no dictatorship in unity consciousness. It's just divine intelligence reminding itself of itself. No different than when we say, know who you are. So when the awakening comes in terms of what we are experiencing now, it is divine intelligence reminding itself of itself. It's the same. It's really literally the same thing. So what we are going through, divine intelligence is also going through it in itself, of itself as well. So just like they say, know thyself, divine intelligence is also experiencing these experiences through us. When we evolve and begin to know ourselves, it is also going through the same aspect or mechanism for it to be reminded of itself as well. One would say, well, divine in the all doesn't have to do that. Well, the all does have to do that, because it's through us that the all is having the experiences through. So this is just another aspect, or another perspective, to say that no, this is not no dictatorship in terms of unity consciousness being another facet of a phase where to control or anything of that nature. I don't think that unity consciousness is something that is, or a facade that is put out there for people to be in an essence of control. That is not my perspective. However, I do think that it is an essence of an aspect of divine intelligence, of in a way for it to remind itself of itself, or an awakening of itself within itself, because of the experiences that is multidimensional in nature, and the power and the force that is pushed in the experiences in such magnitude multidimensionally. So it is a multitude of many different ways that one could particularly look at it, depending on where you are vibrationally, and everything is being acted out in the manner to which it should. And everybody is on their own essence of how they're understanding their now moment, but however it is interpreted in this now moment, just know that however you decide, a reset is happening. You can look at it as a reset. You could look at it as unity consciousness. You could look at it as the law of one. So many people look at it from many different perspectives, depending on where they are vibrationally. But nevertheless, it all comes down to the point where there is going to be an energetic reset. And that is what is actually taking place. And depending on where you are at vibrationally is going to determine how this plays out in your relative reality, right? A lot of people are seeing destruction, right? They're seeing things fall down, and trees fall, and nature take its course, because you're within that vibrational vortex where all of that is commencing. So depending on where you are at vibrationally is going to determine how you experience this reset, right? That's why I focus so much on the vibrational essence of you, so that you can begin to understand why your reality looks the way that it does, why it's projecting the way that it does, because how you are internalizing your now moment, how you are internalizing your now moment vibrationally is going to project your relative reality. And this is why, I try my very best to give you guys an idea from my perspective of what that could potentially look like for you, right? So yes, you're going to have many different playouts vibrationally in terms of what this reset is going to look like on many different vibrational scales of expression. But however, this reset is taking place. It is taking place, and it is divine intelligence reminding itself of itself. In the essence of all of that, right? And it's not about any type of dictatorship or anything of that nature. It is just the all reminding itself of itself, coming back unto itself, right? Just like no different from how we tell ourselves that we must know ourselves, because it's the same essence, it's the same thing, just going, it's just going from one phase to the next. It's all, repeating, in a spiral. It's all of the same thing happening, right? It's just happening in different, dimensions, different vibrations, different frequencies, right? But it's all of the same thing happening, just at different levels of consciousness, right? And when we begin to understand that it's just the same thing happening over and over again at different levels of consciousness, different perspectives, and different variations and degrees and different things of that nature, then we'll begin to understand, what is actually going on, and be less likely to, we'll know how to pick, choose, and refuse what we internalize in our now moment. But I'm grateful that that question was asked of me, and my perspective of it was asked of me, because I know a lot of times we still move in this essence of being told what to do, dictatorship, all of the things that we have experienced in this density. But as things become a little bit more fluid, we'll experience things in I say a better experience, in my opinion, right? We'll experience things in a better or a more, I shouldn't say better, in a more fluid essence of expression, and not in a less dense expression. Supreme Rising, Shanks 1010. All right, you guys, I'm holding the phone in my hand because I didn't want it to drop. I got to get inside, but I hope that this sheds some understanding into what it is in regards of how I understand unity consciousness in its intelligence, in its divine intelligence. Because I know that a lot of people think that it's a sham. Everybody got their own perspectives about unity consciousness. Everybody think that new age is a fad, and I know that we give a lot of things, a lot of labels and everything, but all of these labels and stuff like that is just perspectives based off of, vibrational expressions. But they all really just comes down to how divine intelligence is expressing itself. But regardless of how it is being expressed, the bottom line is that this reset is going to take place. That's the essence. You could call it a reset, whatever you want to call it. Y'all could call it Nibiru. Y'all could call it, Anunnakian. It has so many names that it's being called right now. It has so many names, and that's just basically off of the stories and the folklores and the tales and different things of that nature that has come through vibrationally, because everybody throughout the course of how the all has expressed itself dimensionally. Each dimension has its story, and has its own expression of how it has interpreted, this process. So it makes it valid, you know what I'm saying? But nevertheless, how, whatever title the dimensions give it, it doesn't take away the fact that what remains is that a reset is going to happen. So this is just divine intelligence at work, and it's doing of itself a service to itself in the essence of resetting itself, so that it doesn't forget just like I say, remember who you are. It's remembering itself, right? Because that's just the nature of how this cycle goes, and that's just my opinion or my interpretation of this process. All right, you guys, I love you guys. I gotta get inside. Have an amazing day, and I should talk to you guys later. Mwah.